Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mitch. Good Wednesday morning to you all. Hope you guys are feeling well this morning, having a great start to your day. Got you an update on what's going to unfold with the weather. Today, it's, as far as severe weather, not quite as active as a day, but there is going to be a flooding risk along the Gulf states. We'll talk a little bit about that. So, sorry I'm coming at you guys a little bit later this morning. I'm taking the day off. It's been kind of a rocky last, I would say, 12, 18 hours. Came home. Right when I got home yesterday, wife told me that the toilet was slow draining all of a sudden. Turns out, after messing with it, I think some kids threw a lot of toys down it, a lot of small toys. I was able to plumb it up and plunge it up, excuse me, and get one of the toys out. But I think there's something jammed pretty deep in there. Tried just about everything, worked on it all the way till about 10:30 last night, and just could not find a solution. And if you guys know me well, 10:30 is like equivalent to 2 a.m. to me. We usually go to bed at about 8:30. So trying to get a solution today. Going to get a couple buddies to come over and look at it. So definitely thought some prayers there for that. Sometimes those little things can nag at you. But it's just, part of owning a home and having kids. But definitely asking for prayers for a quick and easy solution. But I got a hunch I'm going to end up needing a new toilet. But anyways, if you guys got anything that I can pray about, please put it in the comments below. Gives me an opportunity to pray over it, and it gives others an opportunity to do so too. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't, and let's get rolling this morning. Not going to be a super long video, not a whole lot to talk about, but in general, we still got this upper trough, this mid shortwave trough kind of working its way to the northeast. You got a lot of tropical moisture down here that's kind of funneling into the southeast. There will be a flooding risk down here, so we'll watch for that. Storm Prediction Center, we're watching for a marginal risk for severe storms for this entire area. This stretches from almost Waco, Texas, all the way to Virginia Beach, Virginia, and every town in between in this little dark green area, including bigger cities like Shreveport, Birmingham, Atlanta, Columbia, Charlotte, Raleigh, etc., etc. So there will be probably a damaging wind threat today. No big tornado threat, but there will be a isolated damaging wind threat or two. Not really looking like a big hail threat at all, but the excessive rain outlook, I think this will be a bigger story today. You got this little slither right here coming off the Gulf Coast from this tropical moisture. That is at least a 15% chance. In this yellow area, they see flash flood guidance being met within 25 miles on any given location. So we'll watch out for that today, as plumes of moisture is already doing so, and will continue to move into this area today from that little system that tried to form over the last 48 hours, but I think the main dominant vortice kind of formed a little close to land, therefore it never really had a chance. But there's also an outside chance it still could. Another vortice could form, maybe a little further south, and maybe you never know. Funky things can happen in the Gulf of Mexico, but we'll watch. Watches and warnings, still got the heat advisories up for this area, but it doesn't look, it's still going to be hot, don't get me wrong, but it does not look like anything warrants an excessive heat warning today. So maybe, I wouldn't call it relief, but maybe literally a touch cooler today, maybe. The southeast, as far as what the rain could look like today, how it can unfold. We already got some showers kind of in this area right here today. It's kind of light rain at my house right now here in central South Carolina. This will continue to funnel in. Some of these storms, especially where you can heat up, especially in these areas right here that are not seeing morning rain, the atmosphere will destabilize. It will allow for some of these storms in this area, as basically this trough has kind of dipped south, cold front, and will help lift and initiate some storms in this area. And this actually, doesn't have a whole lot to do with what's going on here with this tropical feed of moisture. This is actually from the front with these storms firing up. So that's why you see this moisture moving northeast. And then if you watch this moisture, when I'm about to get in motion, it's actually moving southeast, as you can tell right here. So you actually got two different areas kind of associated with two different things, if you will. But some storms could make their way throughout the evening hours through Alabama, Mississippi, and Georgia, and the Carolinas. And we'll see if we can get some storms and some rain to cool you folks out over here off in southern Arkansas, northern Louisiana, eastern Texas a little bit later today. But some of these could be severe for sure, so watch out. But flash flooding is possible. Rain expected between now and tomorrow morning. Some certain areas, Birmingham got some nasty flooding a couple days ago, but certain areas could get over an inch of rain. It just depends on who gets hit hardest by the storm. by these storms. Down here, the tropical moisture along the immediate Gulf Coast of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and the western panhandle of Florida could get a couple inches of rain today. So definitely be aware with that. If we look at Georgia, North and South Carolina, there'll be a sharp cutoff of the rain as there's more stable air up here with not really any storm activity. But maybe a quarter inch to an inch of rain, just depending on your location. It's going to be hard to predict exactly who sees what. Northeast, quiet weather today. Maybe an area of showers, maybe a little storm or two tries to make its way into New York State a little bit later today. Maybe an isolated shower or two. In Pennsylvania, maybe some storms in areas of eastern Virginia might fire up today ahead of this little trough. But watch out, Cleveland. Maybe a shower or two, maybe a storm or two. Maybe a little bit later this evening when you're cooking dinner, getting the kids ready for dinner. I meant for getting the kids ready for to go to bed and things like that. Sorry, I'm a little off this morning. I'm sure you guys can tell my energy is low, and I'm trying to work my way through this video, guys. But just some isolated showers through the evening. We'll continue to watch that. But as far as active weather in the Northeast, not really expecting it. South Central U.S., I know you folks need the rain. Some isolated showers. Storms could pop up in the middle of Texas today, and let's hope they do. Let's hope this is more widespread than what the model is showing. But it is possible. But not everybody's going to see it. It's the same deal as yesterday when we talked about it. As far as the North Central U.S., pretty quiet. Honestly, nothing to speak of at all. Maybe a shower or two in Iowa or Michigan. But other than that, very nice day. Temperatures, pretty quiet. Pretty hot across this area of the country still. And, we'll talk about this too in the next day or two, maybe tonight. If I'm feeling it, to be honest. There could be some pretty nasty heat again. And going into next week, a pretty nasty ridge could develop. And unfortunately, it's going to hit these same areas again. And there could be even more intense heat. The GFS with the heat is absolutely ridiculous. And I don't think it's realistic. But there is a chance that you guys are going to undergo, or what we can go on and call reload, with another heat wave here in the next several days. So we'll try to figure that out and talk about that here in the next video or two. But the southeast, the immediate southeast, will be quiet today. Temperature-wise, I don't know why I'm saying quiet. Will be cooler today due to rain and some clouds and things like that. But you might could warm up a little bit across the I-95 corridor along the bigger cities of Washington, D.C., Boston, Baltimore, New York City, up through New Jersey, things like that. You could warm up into the upper 80s to around 90, but a nice day across the Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes region, where basically the troughing will keep you all nice for a mid-July day. But guys, that's all I got. Thank y'all for tuning in. Definitely asking for prayers, and definitely put your prayers down below. But I know this was a shorter video, but honestly, there isn't just a ton to talk about. So God bless all y'all. Have a great Wednesday, and I might be with you guys this evening. Talk to y'all later.